Commercial Director of Belfast Harbour Commissioners, with responsibility for commercial and business development for all of the port's business, project engineering and facilities management for the entirety of the 2,000-acre harbour estate. We just recently completed the facility, a £50 million investment, our largest ever investment in the history, 400-year history actually, of Belfast Harbour Commissioners. Journey started probably 3 years ago. In the wider market context, offshore wind farms were becoming quite topical as a major opportunity for the UK and other nations to meet their sustainable energy targets that have been set by the EU Commission for 2020. Offshore energy was identified as one means in which those targets could be readily achieved. Dong Energy, the Danish offshore natural gas company, is the world leader in development of offshore energy amongst other renewable energy sources. They had some significant plans for the Irish Sea and some plans as well for the English Channel. And they entered some discussions with us to say, had we the capability to deliver the UK's first purpose-built terminal for the assembly and prefabrication of offshore wind farms, primarily for the Irish Sea, but ultimately maybe a little bit further than that into some of the other licensed sites. So we started chatting to them about 3 years ago, developed a specification for it, very quickly realised that they needed this yesterday type thing. So we had to move into fast-track mode. We had to get our planning permissions lined up, we had to get our procurement lined up and our contractor lined up. Parallel to that, we had a fairly intense period of design. So, circa a year and a half ago, all came together with approval for the design, approval for the project in principle by the board of Belfast Harbour, commitment by Dong Energy, all our consents were in place, and we appointed a local contractor, Farrens, to construct the facility. They took 14 months to construct the facility, and we handed the facility over to Dong Energy in January of this year, January 2013. Hugely important for Belfast Harbour Commissioners, and that's clearly represented by our commitment to our largest ever investment in our history, £50 million. In the wider context then, hugely important. The renewable energy sector is well promoted as a sector which has huge economic benefits for any region and area that's making an investment and a commitment to it, primarily through the inward investment opportunities from major manufacturing companies and supply chain companies, and then the jobs benefit. For example, the construction of this site generated about 150 to 200 jobs, or sustained 150 to 200 jobs. The actual operations on site between Dong Energy and its subcontractors will sustain about 300 people. So that's in today's investment world, that's a significant jobs boost. We're in a very fortuitous position, and it's fortuitous by good design rather than pure fortune, in that we have other available sites. And so this was a 50-acre site, so very, very few port authorities, if any, within the UK and Ireland had the ability to hand over, had in readiness a 50-acre site to allocate to this project. We had that scale of site because we have been investing well ahead of the curve in land reclamation for many years, and we had over 150 acres of development sites available. So we have another site about 200 metres, 300 metres from this site, pretty similar scale and size, which we can offer to another Dong type company for a similar investment. Unlikely to be another logistics and assembly site, but because of our reputation that we have now garnered for a fast-track delivery of a high-quality facility for a company like Dong Energy, we have quite a few companies speaking to us to see could we do a similar type project for them in a similar timescale. Those sort of companies are manufacturing companies and suppliers to the offshore, well, not necessarily offshore, but just to the renewable energy sector. So they could be manufacturers of towers or blades for turbines, or they could be manufacturers of wave and tidal devices, or biomass generating companies.